Okay, a very good evening. Hello, once again, myself, Priyanka. I would like to take you all through National Discussion 2.0, presented by Root Campaign in our very own and powered by StreamYard. Today's topic, we're going to be looking into women empowerment and safety. So, when this topic comes in our mind, what comes the first in our mind? What do you think? A person who takes care of our childhood. That's our mom. She's a woman. When we grow up, we have our family starting. For the boys, it's their wife, and for the girls, their husband, whom we'd like to spend the entire life with. Their caring, their love, and then we, being a girl, how we are approaching to the society and how we are trying to achieve our dreams. Right? This is all about thinking about ourselves for a minute, let's say, right? So in this um, fast revolving you know fast revolving and really fast environment and society, how we are trying to cope ourselves, is it what we are expecting, how things are happening, like the situations which we are seeing every single day on the newspaper or any news channels? What's happening, what will be happening, all these questions keep on revolving in our mind, right? So which is why we have chosen this topic to discuss, and we have some amazing wonderful participants here. Let me introduce you all to Harika, Tabish, and Nupur. So I'd like to ask Harika to give her introduction a bit, and maybe we can start our discussions after getting the introduction. Okay, so over to you, Harika.
Okay, sure, ma'am. I am so glad to be present for this discussion and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. And myself, I am Harika, studying in 8th standard and in Gurukul school. And my hobbies are singing, dancing, and playing volleyball.
Okay, that's really sweet of you, Harika. I really was wondering that there has to be a girl who's into volleyballs or basketballs, and you want to be the one. So congratulations. Yeah. So moving on to Tabish. Tabish,
Thank
would
you,
you?
ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. You're welcome, Harika. So Tabish, I would like you to unmute yourself and introduce.
Good morning, everyone. Myself Tabish, and I am from Saint Mary Senior Secondary School, Baspur, and I am in ninth standard. My hobbies are like dancing, singing, and many more things. And today I am
So
going to
Tabish.
discuss one topic that is women's safety and empowerment.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Tavish. But I would really like to know what are the other things that you were into apart from dancing. And what was the second thing that you mentioned?
I am a very good person in sports. I won
Ah,
a
okay, sports,
medal
dance.
in I have won a medal in block level, and I have gone for
Oh,
state level also.
okay. A
Yes, ma'am.
big round of applause to you, Tavish, for that. So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Tavish, for the introduction. So last but not the least, we would like to go to Nupur. So Nupur.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nupur Agrawal. I am 14 years old. I study in 9th standard. I belong to Bajpur, Uttarakhand. And if I talk about my favorite sports or hobbies, that is playing badminton and painting. And yeah, that was all about me.
Okay, that was really short and sweet. Thank you. So, all of you guys, before we start with our discussion, I would like to remind all the viewers that the selection process includes 50% jury's involvement, and the rest 50% would be the voters' involvement. So, you can actually vote for your favorite participants in the comment sections, which will be live till tomorrow 4 p.m. So, please don't forget that. And yeah, one person vote at a time. So yeah, with this, so let's get started. So who's gonna be going first? Anyone who wants to take the lead first with the discussion, or shall I choose?
Ma'am, I
Okay,
I go
Tabish.
first.
I'm ready.
Okay, so maybe I heard Tabish first, so Nupur probably can be the second. Is that fine? Okay, so
Good
Tabish, over to you. Yeah,
Good morning, everyone. Today I am here to discuss the topic women empowerment and
Tabish,
safety.
sorry to
Women,
interrupt you. Could you just switch on your camera? I think you have switched off. It's just your voice is coming. Yeah, perfect. Now I can see you. Yeah, again.
women empowerment refers to making women powerful to make them capable of deciding for themselves. Women have suffered a lot through the years at the hands of men. In earlier centuries, they were treated as almost non existent, as if all the rights belonged to men, even something as basic as voting. As the time evolved, women realized their power. Thereon began the revolution for women empowerment, as women were not allowed to make decisions for them. Women empowerment came in like a breath of fresh air. It made them aware of their rights and they must make their own place in society rather than depending on a man. It recognized the fact that things cannot simply work in someone's favor because of their gender. However, we still have a long way to go when we talk about the reasons why we need it. Need for women empowerment. Almost every country, no matter how progressive, has a history of ill treating women. In other words, women from all over the world have been rebellious to reach the status they have today. While the Western countries are still making progress, third world countries like India still lag behind in women empowerment. In addition, domestic violence is a major problem in India. The men beat up their wife and abuse them as they think women are their property. More so because women are afraid to speak up. Similarly, the women the women who do actually work get paid less than their male counterparts. It is downright unfair and sexist to pay someone less for the same work because of their gender. Thus, we saw how women empowerment is need of the hour. We need to empower these women to speak up for themselves and never be a victim of injustice. Thank you.
Well done, Tabesh. It was really a broad perspective that we've pitched in. Anyone would like to ask anything to Tabesh? Please proceed. Harika, what about you? Would you like to ask something to Tabesh? He has spoken about many things. Don't you think so?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so Nupur, would you like to take this opportunity to ask something to Tabesh?
Yeah, of course. I would like to ask him that only domestic violence is only the crime against the women. Is there any other crime also that is being for the women?
Yes, many more crimes are there. Domestic violence is not only one violence that women are facing. There are many more violence, like women are beaten up and they are treated like a thing in their house and many more things.
Okay,
And
and
nowadays, thank you.
Yeah, Tabesh, I would like to let you complete your sentence. I was actually hearing to you.
And nowadays, our society is becoming very bad. Their nature is good, but from inside they are thinking very bad things about women, and they treat them very badly. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, that is really nice, Tabish. So yeah, as I said, Nupur,
Thank
you're
you.
gonna be the next one. So yeah, I'd like to unmute yourself and speak.
may I begin, ma'am?
Yes, of course, Nupur. Please go ahead.
So today's topic, women's safety and empowerment. This is the most burning topic of our society. We are living in a man's dominating society. We're just thinking or talking about women's safety or empowering her like a joke. Women's safety, do you really think it exists in our society in true norms? The crimes against women are reaching the highest extent. Every day in newspaper we read, in media channels we listen. The crimes against women are reaching the highest level. Now the question arises, what is empowerment? Why we need to talk or empower women? So, empowerment is the authority or power given to someone to do something. It is the process of becoming stronger and confident, especially in controlling one's life and claiming one's right. Now, the second question, why empower women? We need to do this because It is necessity for the very development of our society, since it enhances the quality and quantity of human resources that are available for the development, and also for that right and position to get the every woman that she deserves. So basically, there are five types in which empowerment is being divided. First, social. It strengthens the rights and position of women in society. Second, educational. It leads the development. It enhances one's skills. Third, economic. It provides equal footing to everyone. Fourth, political. It influences others who are still being exploited and not raising their voice for injustice. Fifth, psychological. This led to the self-confidence of a woman. Now coming to the crimes against the women. Nowadays, crime against women are reaching the highest extent. The most common and popular crime is sexual abuse. You will not imagine, in India, in every 15 minutes, a rape is reported. In 2018, an incident occurred where 8 months girl was raped by her cousin, who was 28 years old. The girl went from 3 hour surgery. This is the condition of a country where a child is just being enhanced like this way. The second most emerging topic is acid attack. In India, every day at least one acid attack is reported. Means हर एक दिन में एक औरत की जिंदगी बर्बाद की जाती है. And this is as cheap as a packet of chips, means only 20 rupees are enough to destroy the whole life of a girl or a woman. You might also be knowing about the movie Chhapak, on the biography of Lakshmi Agrawal. You know what is the difference between her and the other victims of this attack? That she raised her voice for the crime and got acid banned in India. And the third most emerging topic is domestic violence. You might be also knowing about the movie Thappad, which was based on this topic. And in this lockdown period, the domestic violence has raised to the highest extent, not only in India, but all over the world. Yeah, our government is also focusing on it. They have passed many schemes and acts. For example, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Samriddhi Sukanya Yojana, and acts like Prohibition of Dowry Act 1961, Protection of Children from Sexual Offence Act 2012, and many more. In my opinion, only government cannot bring a miracle in the society of for women. It's our responsibility also to support the women and the government to bring a change for the society in which our women are still being exploited. We can empower women by fighting against injustice, strengthen her, lead her to literate, fight against injustice, shut down negativity, and many more. So at last, I would like to conclude by saying that empowerment of women starts with you. Support the women around you. Thank you.
Well, that was really an inspirational speech, Nupur. Thank you so much for that. So, anybody would like to ask any questions to Nupur?
I want to ask,
I
Sure.
Nupur, can you please tell some points or precautions that are taken by the government for women's safety?
Yeah, there are many acts and scheme passed like I talked about. Like, and recently if I talk about the scheme of Teen Talaq bill for the Muslim women who are being done by this, and Modi government, means Prime Minister Modi is supporting women a lot, and you're talking about the steps taken by the government. So they are like I talk about Beti Bachao Beti Padhao Yojana in 2015. in February it was launched, I think so. And Samriddhi Sukanya Yojana, in which the parents could to deposit money for their daughters. So when their age is reached, when they reach a certain age, they could get the money and they have a wealth something for their future. And if we talk about the one more act I was talking about, the child marriage, provision of child marriage act 2005, to protect the women from the child marriage. And in whole world, the 40% of child marriage is being done in India. So government has taken step for it, but I also believe that total step is not being taken, and we also need to support it to bring a change in our society for the women. Thank you.
Thanks.
So yeah, Harika, I thought that you're gonna be asking some questions to Nupur. Is that so?
If parents not allowed, what we have to do?
Harika, would you mind repeating the question once again? It was not completed, I think. It was not completely heard. It was not completely heard.
If parents not allowed, what we have to do? The time.
Could you please explain what parents not allowed you?
Women. To empower of women.
See, this is the, they are not getting literate. This is a child marriage act. They are getting, because they are believing that the, if a girl take born in our family, then she has to get married on. This is the mentality of our society. So for it, the government has passed the act. Yeah. Could you please
No,
explain?
Nupur, just continue. I guess she actually meant the exact question which you got up. Okay, so please continue with it.
So I just mentioned before also that only government could not bring a change. We have also to support the women. Like they have passed the Child Marriage Act, in which the provision of Child Marriage Act in 2005. So they have given the scheme, but till the time you will not go to the government to help them, they are not getting the dreams to help you. That's the reason.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, I would like to ask some of you questions, but I'll take it at last if that is okay. I'll let Harika complete her speech before that. Okay, so Harika, over to you.
Today topic for this discussion is women safety and empowerment. First, I will speak about women safety. Women safety involves strategies, practice, and policies which aim to reduce gender-based violence that is against women, including women's fear of crime, and women's safety also involves safe spaces, financial security, uh, and autonomy. In India, Sati, Savitri, Durga, and Lakshmi are worshipped by people, treating them as goddess, whereas there is increasing number of violence against women. The amount of violence against women increased by many fold due to the greater exposure of women in every field of life. Where women were previously restricted to the four walls of the house, and after globalization, they have got the chances and stand equally in all sectors at par with male. Uh, Women nowadays are cab drivers and they are the CEO of top companies. Due to all these, women have financial security, safe spaces, and autonomy. Now, women empowerment. Women empowerment refers to making women powerful, to make them capable of deciding for themselves. As, as women were not allowed to make decisions for them, women empowerment came like in a breath of fresh air. It made It made them aware of their rights and how they just make their own place in society rather than depending on a man. It recognized the fact that things cannot simplify work in someone's favor because of their gender.
Okay, Harika, I guess you're done.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Does anybody have any questions for Harika? Please proceed.
Me,
Yes, yes, of course, Nupur. Yeah.
Harika, you just said that the Durga Lakshmi are worshipped in our country. You are not. You please can just throw the light on the crimes for the women and the things the government is being doing for them to protect them from that crimes.
I didn't get the question. Please repeat it.
Of course, I just said that you just said about the goddesses and you said about empowerment also. So I was just asking that the crimes. You just tell me about the crimes and the steps taken by the government. And what can you tell me about two, three cases or only one case which is happening in India still now?
Old girl. As you talk about 4 years old girl,
Okay. I guess there is some trouble from Harika's side. Harika, are you able to continue with the answer?
ma'am, I'm in traveling, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So, does anybody else would like to answer Nupuru's question here? Maybe Tabish would you like to take this up?
My voice is not clear.
Yeah, Nupur, would you like to repeat once again, if that is possible?
Yeah, I just ask her about can she tell me about the cases which are still being happening in India against the women and the steps are being taken for the by the government and what are the things that they are not going to government for it.
Tabish, did you get the question?
No, ma'am. Nupur, can you
Okay.
repeat it once again?
Uh, Maybe we can take this up later. Is that so? Because we can
Okay,
see
ma'am.
that we have our fourth participant joining. So, welcome, Joshua. I would like to ask you to give a short introduction about yourself, and you can directly go to the topic soon after you give the introduction. Joshua, can you hear me?
Ma'am, I am not able to. Ma'am,
Is
voice
it
is not
fine?
clear.
Is the voice clear now?
Voice is not clear. No,
Is
ma'am.
it clear? Okay. Uh, 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 but I can hear you, Joshua. I was just asking you to present your topic. Okay, I found there probably would be some trouble with Jashnoor's connection, and maybe he'll get back soon again. Okay, so yeah, maybe Tabish, we can continue with the discussions again with the same question. So what I've understood from Nupur's point of view is that she likes to know what are the reasons why the women, some part of the women, won't find their way towards government raising their voices, and if so, then what are the challenges that they face?
Ma'am, because of their poor condition and not having money to spend on the cases for the court.
Nupur, do you agree completely with it?
Uh, I think he had a different point of view, but my point of view, the answer could be like the family pressure for the इज्जत उतर जाएगी हमारी खानदान की. For that reason, in my opinion, it was.
Acha, I was thinking money problem because government is not helping by the money, by the side of money.
Yeah, but then one-sided, you're correct, Tabish, partially. But I feel that because of the poverty level of certain people, even though the crime is happening to them, they're not quite being affordable to go and raise their voice because of their own life risk, and sometimes the money actually lets them to keep their mouth shut. Because if you're a poor person and there's something has happened to you, and then there's a compensation somebody is providing which can actually keep or actually fed your family for a couple of days, then at some point you may be thinking about that and take that option up, isn't it? But it's only a part of maybe India, as we're talking about the poverty line is a kind of most here. But yeah, on and on in the global way, most of the cases, what Nupur feels is I also something that agree with, because it's like, what if somebody sees you going to the police station and might be asking what is it, and once it's been coming out in public, and then even if you're not feeling ashamed, your family would be. There are few rare women like Lakshmi or the others whom there probably would be 1/10 of the number of women who actually got eve teased or raped or undergo any sexual abusement, who actually come forward and raise their voice. So we have a really little number of women of such kind, isn't it?
And
Okay,
we have
so
some team also, ma'am.
yeah. Harika, yeah. Please continue. I'm sorry, I interrupted you in between. Harika, am I audible?
Can you repeat it, ma'am?
Yeah, you were talking about something, so I thought let me just let you finish it. So can you finish it, whatever you started?
I just add to you, there is a cheating also.
Okay. Yeah, true. So any random questions to anyone? Anyone would like to ask questions to the others? They're free to ask. It's actually getting very interesting and interactive as well. I would like to hear more from you guys actually, because you are kind of seeing the society, maybe the way some of the people see, because you are the coming future of society, and the way you think will actually lead the society maybe to upwards or downwards, never know. But I feel, yeah, it will be upwards. So yeah, any questions, any weapon questions to
Am I
anyone?
can ask?
Yeah, sure.
Can you describe empowerment? The questions of empowerment that are
Tabish, yeah, we can hear you. Can you repeat the questions again?
Can you tell some points about the empowerment?
Okay, who'd like to take up this question?
May I tell?
Sure, remember, yeah.
First, I could ask Tavish that he is asking the points to empower women or what empowerment is.
The point to empowerment women.
Okay. So first of all, the point should be you should put negativity around a woman from it, because of if a woman is suffered from a crime or injustice, she feels around her negativity. First of all, put down all the negativity. Second,
Yes.
support her to fight against the injustice. Third, get her literate. Because in India, I'm talking about India, not the world, that most of the women are not being educated because of some family pressures. They feel like the boys should get educated and girls not. So, third point, they should get educated. Fourth point, they should not be let down. If they want to do something, they let them to do. Like if they want to run a business, let it so small or big, they should be letting them to do. Then the fifth, encourage her. Like it is obvious after, as I told, from the crimes, all things are negative around the people. Like in Lakshmi Agarwal's also case, she found everything around her negative only. So boost her self-esteem. It would encourage her to get into the positive way. Yeah, that was the point from which a woman can be empowered. And also I mentioned in my speech that there are 5 ways: social, educational, economic, political, and psychological. And psychological, I in my opinion, is very important, because like if we are not having self confidence in ourselves, then we have all the 4 means forward to us, but that could not help us to get empowered. So thank you.
Thank you, Nupur, for telling me.
Yeah, thank you, Nupur. Any other questions? Harika or Nupur, you would like to shoot some other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then probably it will be an open question to everyone. I would like to ask you all one question. That how did you feel this discussion went into? How worthy was this discussion? What do you feel? We would like to start with Tabish this time.
Ma'am, can you please repeat?
Yeah, of course. I asked that. How do you feel about the discussion, whatever we had? Was it worthwhile, or how do you feel? What is your experience about the discussion?
My experience is very good. I feel very good from my heart, and all the things that we discussed in this live show, we must follow them and we must support women and encourage them if some mishappening happens with them.
Okay, that was a nice statement, Tabish. Thank you so much. Nupur,
Welcome. Thank
I
you.
know you're being eager to talk, and I would actually let you to talk now. Yeah, Nupur.
Yeah, I feel that just talking about women's safety and empowerment is अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि आजकल के ज़माने में जब हम वुमेन्स के बारे में नहीं सोचते, then how we could let the topic to be discussed over. So this was a great thing by the Rights Companion, which they have led this topic to us to be discussed. And I feel very great to be share my speech and listen to others. My point of view also get clear that in society there are many other ways also, like Tabish answered. It was a great experience.
Yeah, good. Good to hear that. Over to you, Harika. Harika, I think maybe you can share some light on your experience of this discussion.
It is really amazing, and I have learned we have to empower ourselves.
I guess we are having some disruptions. Yeah, Harika, please go ahead. Harika, can you hear me?
It is really amazing, and I have learned we have to empower ourselves.
Great. So, yeah, thank you all. Thank you so much for participating and discussing this with me. As you all know, that it's not a platform to just let you, you know, having an experience or sharing a point of view. It's also a big platform to share your views to the others and also gain from them, isn't it? So, with this note, I would really like to thank all of you, and I hope that whatever we've learned today will be having the biggest implications in our life moving forward, right? We will actually gonna be implement whatever the things that we have learned, our views, the others' views, whatever the good things that we have learned from this discussion, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, with this, we come to the end of this show. We're gonna wind up this discussion now. Thank you so much for joining.